After an 11-year struggle, the Cape Town Refugee Reception Office has reopened. Will this make a difference at all when it comes to processing of refugees in this country? We speak now to Muyenga Mugerwa-Sekawabe of the Legal Resources Centre. Very good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for your time. I mean, the process, just the process in itself, leading up to the reopening, has been described as long and difficult, met with many challenges after it had initially been closed for about 10 years. What did it take to get to this point?
Good afternoon, Paul, and good afternoon to the viewers as well. So, yeah, as you've correctly pointed out, it has taken a very, very long time to us to come to this point where the Refugee Reception Office is finally open. Just to give you and the viewers an indication of what has happened over the last 10 years or so, is that in 2012, the Minister of Home Affairs announced that the Refugee Reception Office would be closed. This decision was challenged by a whole lot of civil society organizations, of which the Legal Resources Centre, my organization, represented some. The High Court in the Western Cape said that the closure was irrational and ordered the Refugee Office to be reopened. The Minister of Home Affairs then appealed this decision to the Supreme Court of Appeal. The Supreme Court of Appeal said that the decision to close was irrational because the Minister of Home Affairs didn't consult the parties that would be affected by such a decision. So this decision was made in about 2014. The Minister of Home Affairs subsequently consulted with the affected parties and then announced in 2016 that the Refugee Office, after consultation, he decided that it should still be closed. Again, we went to the Western Cape High Court, arguing that such a decision would be irrational. The Western Cape High Court agreed with us. Subsequently, the matter went back to the Supreme Court of Appeal, where the Minister of Home Affairs challenged a High Court decision. And the Supreme Court of Appeal ordered that the Refugee Reception Office should be opened by the 31st of March 2018. As you and our viewers would be aware, we're now in 2023 and the office has just opened. So the minister didn't comply with that decision, well, with the court decision saying that the office should open in 2018 March. And we had to return to court to force the minister to take certain steps. And yeah, fortunately, where we are today is with a fully functional refugee reception office here in the city of Cape Town.
It's been a long back and forth with all the legal processes that have had to take place. What has the closure of this office meant for asylum seekers who have, of course, had their varying challenges, especially around getting their documentation updated?
Yeah, so as we pointed out many times in the court papers, that the Refugee Reception Office in Cape Town was one of the busiest in the country, only second to Pretoria. So because Cape Town is an urban area, it's an attractive place for people fleeing violence and other kind of persecution to come to due to the availability of jobs and other kinds of basic services. So it's important to point out that as an asylum seeker, you would be required to attend to the refugee office every 3 to 6 months during the determination of your refugee claim, which could take, in some cases, 10 years. So for some asylum seekers, that would mean, let me check my math. So I mean about 20 trips or more to a refugee reception office during that period. Now, asylum seekers based in Cape Town, they would have to take leave, go with their family, their kids, if they have minor dependents with them, to a refugee office in either Port Elizabeth, Durban, or Musina from Cape Town every 3 months. This has resulted in some of them losing jobs because employers weren't satisfied that they had to spend so much time away from the office. Or it's resulted in lots of them, instead of risking their jobs, just staying in Cape Town, but with expired permits. And having an expired permit brings a whole lot of other kind of challenges when it comes to accessing healthcare, education, or jobs as well. So it was very, very detrimental to them. They had to decide to risk their job security or to risk the access they have to certain basic services.
So how do you think this office will help validate the stay of asylum seekers, especially also considering how much help will go towards Zimbabwean exemption permit holders?
Sure. So having this office located in Cape Town is going to be a very, very big boost for asylum seekers due to the issues that I've outlined prior, that their position is so much more vulnerable and precarious when they have expired permits. But the previous obligation, they had to travel 1,200 kilometers to Musina, 1,500 kilometers to Durban, placed such a big burden on them. So we very much do welcome the opening of this office. We think that it's going to help process refugee claims much faster as well. And yeah, with the issue of Zimbabwean special exemption permit holders, that is slightly different, as they are not refugees or asylum seekers in terms of the Refugees Act. The Minister of Home Affairs made a special exemption for their stay in South Africa. And that's an issue which is currently being challenged, I believe, in the Gauteng North High Court in Pretoria. And yeah, we await to see what the judges say about the cancellation of the validity of their permits. But yes, we're very excited after 11 or so years that asylum seekers and refugees in South Africa, or in Cape Town, and also the surrounding towns, whether it be Paarl, Stellenbosch, Worcester, will be able to access these services in a much more convenient way.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for speaking to us there. Let's perhaps leave it there for now. Muyenga Mugerwa-Sekawabe of the Legal Resources Centre speaking to us about the Cape Town Refugee Reception Office having been reopened.